The ability to be together with anyone, to be able to teleport to anywhere, to be able to create and experience anything. But it's also pretty scary. There's 4 key things that I think we need to be very mindful of. Like data. Let's be honest, Facebook has had a pretty rocky relationship with how it's handled user data in the past. And remember, that's from an era where we were still somewhat separate from our digital selves. But in the case where we become our digital selves, where our profiles are not just a few holiday photos that we choose to share, but literally everything we do in this metaverse, we're going to have to put a whole new level of trust into a company that doesn't exactly reveal how they're using this information. We're talking about data collection on the level of measuring your brain activity. You wouldn't even give your family that kind of access, but this is a future where you could be giving it to Meta. But something potentially even scarier than the data problem is that we are talking about how companies will be able to create virtual experiences that feel indistinguishable from real ones, right? I mean, on one hand, that is a miracle, but isn't it also a little bit alarming? We're already being shown predominantly only the content we agree with and the content that we want to see. But if you take that concept into the realm of the metaverse, we could completely lose touch with what's actually real. The power to curate not just your newsfeed, but your entire world now means that if you hate seeing homeless people, well, your metaverse can pretend that they don't exist. If you didn't think COVID was real, in your version of the metaverse, it wouldn't be. If you only loved one tech brand and hated the rest, in your metaverse, that's all you'd need to see. You won't even really know if what someone is saying to you is actually what the person behind that avatar is saying, or if it's just what Meta wants you to hear because it will keep you on the platform for the longest. Or let's say one of your friends' accounts got hacked. You could be sitting in the same room as a cyber criminal and you wouldn't even know. We'd effectively be surrendering control of our entire sense of reality to other parties, whose incentives are nothing to do with our best interests, just making sure that, I guess, you see as many adverts as possible. But there's more. You might not know this, but one of the biggest challenges of running a social media platform is actually in the moderation of it. Facebook already has entire warehouses filled with people who are just scanning for the absolute worst things people are posting. Hate speech, terrorism, exploitation, and just trying to prevent as much of it as possible from spreading. But it's one thing to try and police written text, where you can very easily scan for potentially harmful keywords. If Meta want to carry on this moderation in something as complex and as open as the metaverse, then they're going to need to do it in a way that's incredibly invasive. They're going to have to be watching exactly what tattoos people's avatars have, what the writing on their clothing is saying, every single item you design or purchase for your home space.